Hello boys and girls. Today I'm going to show you how to do the math thinking problem that's on page 86 in your math workbook. It's a little bit complicated, but I know you can do this. So let me just give you a few ideas of how you can model it so that you'll best understand it. So let's take a look and see what they're asking. It says Dawn, Jamal, Nate go to an amusement park. It says they buy tokens, then they go for rides. Which rides do they take? Well, if we look over here in the picture, we have a list of the rides, fun rides, and we also can see how many tokens each of those rides will cost them. So roller coaster, you need 10 tokens. The bumper car, you need 7 tokens. Flying elephant, 6 tokens. And the merry-go-round is 5 tokens. And then we come down here and it says to circle the correct rides. So number 1 tells us that Dawn uses 15 tokens to go on 2 different rides. So it's important to remember she has 15 tokens and she's going on 2 different rides. Okay? Now, you might even want to highlight that in your book. I will. 15 tokens, 2 different rides. Okay. And if you look, the choices for all of these 3 questions are the same. The roller coaster, bumper car, flying elephant, and merry-go-round, which is all of those available rides. Okay, so we have to decide which of these that she's going to go on. Remember, she only has 15 tokens. So that's where our model is going to come into play. So the first one said 15 tokens. So my suggestion to you is to draw 15 tokens. And remember, in our class, we always just made a little sketch. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look like a real coin or a real token. Mine are just going to be stars because I can make them quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, now I'm going to take a pencil for my next part. So if you have a pencil, that would help. We could have used a pencil for those as well. And remember, it said 15 tokens. We have that. And she's going on 2 different rides. So what you're going to do is you're going to divide up or separate those 15 tokens into 2 different rides. So let's see. We could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that would leave me, I'll make a little note here, that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if I take a look over here, the bumper cars are 7. That would work. But there really isn't another ride that is just 8. So let me see if I can work on that a little bit more. Maybe if I go with 10 tokens to go on that roller coaster. So I'm going to change this. This is why I used my pencil. 7, how about 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll make this 10 now. And what's left over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, that will work because there is a ride that's 10, the roller coaster, and there's a ride that's 5, the merry-go-round. So that's one of the ways that I can divide up those coins, those tokens rather, and she can go on 2 rides, this ride and this ride. And she has the right number of tokens, 10 for the roller coaster, and 5 for the merry-go-round. So what I'm going to do is circle the roller coaster, and I'm going to circle the merry-go-round. Now some of you might have said, well, Mrs. Wren, I didn't really need to draw that model to figure it out because I knew that 15 could be made with a 10 and a 5. And that's great if you're thinking like that. So if you did think like that, maybe when you looked at the 15, you saw a way you could separate the 15 into a 10 and a 5, and you knew right away it was the roller coaster and the merry-go-round. Okay? So go ahead and take a look at the next one. Jamal uses 12 tokens to go on 2 different rides. So one more time, we have 2 rides and 12 tokens. So maybe if you're looking at the rides here, the chart, you'll see a way to make 12 with 2 of these numbers. Maybe something's popping into your head now. 12. All right, well, if you can't figure that out right away, I suggest you go ahead and you make your 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 tokens, 2 different rides. So let's see, how can we divide up those 12 tokens into 2 parts, because that's what we're doing, and we're getting 2 rides, and see how many coins or tokens they will require. Okay, so, well, I'm taking a look, and if I did 10 and 5, nope, that's going to be too much. That's 15. So let me start with something high again. Let me start with that 7, because one of the rides is 7, bumper cars. So let me see if I can capture a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm going to grab those. 7. Maybe you can't see that. I'm going to mark it up here. Okay, 7. And then does that leave me enough for another ride? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there another ride that I can go on for 5? Yes, the merry-go-round. So I can get 2 rides in with my 12 points. And really, remember when we were doing number bonds, so 12 would be the whole number. You divided it into a 7 and a 5, because 7 and 5 go together to make a 12. Just like on our other page, we had 15 that was made by a 10 and a 5. Oh, sorry, you can't see it. All right. So what we would do then is go ahead and circle the 2 rides that we'll be able to go on. We said a ride for 7, that's the bumper cars, and a ride with 5, and that would be the merry-go-round. All right. Now the last one, I'm going to let you do on your own so that I know you can do this too. Nate uses 21 tokens to go on 3 different rides. Now that's a little trickier, but maybe you're already thinking, Mrs. Wren, I think I can make 21. Here's that number we're trying to build. I think I can make it with 3 numbers. I think if I add 3 of these numbers together, I'll get 21. You might want to start with a high number, 10. And then you only need 11 more, right? So can you think of some numbers that would together give you the 11 that needs to go with a 10? All right, I'm going to see how you do. Don't forget, you can draw your 21 stars or coins or tokens, however you want to present it. And then you're going to divide it into 3 different numbers. So 21 is your whole number. And you're going to really divide that up 3 different ways. Okay? But if you want to start thinking about the numbers, I would suggest Going with the highest number first, 10. And then what other numbers do you need to get to 21? And you've already, think about it this way, you've already given yourself one of those 10s. You need one more 10 and a 1, which is 11. So how can you build the number 11 with two numbers that are here? Give it a try. All right, I can't wait to see what you come up with.